Well, good morning, everybody. We're really happy you're here. There's a lot of people we haven't seen, and we're so grateful that you're here, that you came today. So we're going to start with a little song called Peace Will Come. And I want to teach you a part which you will sing when I invite you in. It goes, peace will come, peace will come, peace will come, and let it begin with me. Try that. Peace will come, peace will come, peace will come, and let it begin with me. That's wonderful. I see your mouths moving. And so don't be shy, sing along. Now, peace will come, peace will come, peace will come, and let it begin with me. I'll bring you in. Peace, peace will come, and let it begin with me. We need peace, and let it begin with me. Oh my life is all I can hope to control. So let my life be lived for the good of my soul. Let it bring peace, sweet peace. Peace will come, and let it begin with me. Wait. Peace will come, peace will come, peace will come, and let it begin with me. Try that again. Peace will come, peace will come, peace will come, and let it begin with me. Keep going. Peace will come, peace will come, and let it begin with me. Watch them. We will come. We will come, and let it begin with me. Okay, my own life is all I can hope to control. Oh, let my life be lived for the good of my soul. Let it bring peace will come, peace will come, peace will come, and let it begin with me. You did great.
Thank you, Louise, Minister of Music and CIOP Choir. Thank you. You are in for a treat this morning. It's Peace Camp Sunday. That's right, it's Peace Camp Sunday. And the first thing we're going to have is a Peace Camp member to welcome you.
Good morning. My name is Yanni, and I'm a member of the Church of the Ocean Park. You may be wondering if you're welcome here, and I am here to assure you that you are welcome. We are multi-faith, so you are welcome if you're Jewish, if you're Muslim, if you're Hindu, Buddhist, Christian, atheist, or some other combination altogether. We welcome you if you are single, widowed, married, divorced, gay, transgender, very rich, or living on the edge. We welcome who are 100 or 0 years old. Welcome people who are fidgety or very focused, just woke up or just got out of jail. We don't care if you're more religious than the Pope or haven't been to the mosque. We welcome soccer moms, tree huggers, latte sippers, vegetarians, carnivores, and junk food eaters. We welcome those who don't like to take showers every day and prefer to wipe their armpits. We welcome those who are in recovery or still addicted. We welcome those who like organized religion and those who don't like it. We especially welcome you if you are standing in need of prayer, if you have been hurt by a religious community, and you are very cautious. We hope you will find this to be a place of healing. We welcome you if you are having problems or woke up happy, or some of both. we especially welcome you. Welcome to the Church of the Ocean Park.
Thank you, Yoni. We want to begin. I'm Janet Gollery McKithen, and I'm the minister of the church, and I invite anyone who's just coming in to sit anywhere they like. I also welcome you here. We want to begin by acknowledging that we are sitting on stolen land. In Santa Monica, this land was taken violently from the Chumash, the Quiche, and the Tongva peoples. We acknowledge the harms of genocide, forced assimilation, enslavement, and destruction at the hands of U.S. settler colonialism. We also acknowledge that our communities and country was built on the backs of people who were stolen from Africa, placed into bondage, and forced into labor. And we acknowledge that we benefit from that labor that has never been repaid. As we, in our acknowledgement, let us commit ourselves to healing by helping to create a more just and equitable world through the struggle of changing how we do things that we see as normal, but that are actually systemically hurting people. We all have biases, and it takes intentionality to build compassion for people who live very differently from us. We seek to work together across boundaries to tear down unjust systems and build new relationships of healing and love. This morning, you'll hear from a variety of people, and I think that you'll love every one of them. But if you happen to hear something that you disagree with, know that your voice is also important, and whoever it is that just spoke doesn't speak on behalf of the entire church in Ocean Park, but speaks for themselves as a part of the church in Ocean Park. But you do too. We center ourselves each week with a chant by Thich Nhat Hanh: I have arrived, I am home, in the here and in the now, 3 times. Please join me if you can. Take a deep breath. I have arrived, I am home, in the here and in the now. I have arrived, I am home, in the here and in the now. I have arrived, I am home, in the here and in the now. Welcome to the church in Ocean Park. We're so glad you're here. Now I have the privilege of introducing a friend of mine. Dave Morrison has been here before. He's been here many times, but many of you may not have seen him yet. So you're about to experience some incredible music and a wonderful person. He's a singer-songwriter, a distinctive voice in Southern California music scene for 30 years, with evocative songs and exciting live performances. He's the kind of singer that compels you to hang on his every word. His 3 LPs, produced by the beloved Mark Humphreys, are Nothing Left to Lose, Shout Out the Moon, and A Little Further On Down the Line. He's held numerous house concerts and concerts in very large venues. He's played here many times. Lately, he's been playing outside on the bluffs above the ocean. Dave is a friend of mine and a friend of the church in Ocean Park, and he and Alexia Salvatierra are producing a wonderful show here on July 27th that you don't want to miss. They have both been here many times.
June 15th.
Pardon?
Next one is coming Saturday, June 15th.
Oh, June 15th. I'm sorry. What did I say that for? That's your next one. Oh, haha.
June 15th is our next one.
That's right. Thank you. June 15th. Sorry about that. This Saturday night. They have both been here many times and are a part of the church in Ocean Park. Please welcome an amazing singer-songwriter and our friend, Dave Morrison.
And I am slightly off guard here because I forgot to put my tuner on my guitar and double check. So, hey, thank you all for allowing me to come up here and do a quick song. I'm not too out of tune here. I wrote this song some time ago, and I had a mentor when I was in my early 30s, and I was trying to get sober, and I was going through a lot of dredging up of things, and I had an older man that, he saw me as a younger version of him and had some idea how to communicate some, helpful ideas to me. And I would take everything to him, therefore. And one day he goes, Davey, if you would just stop hanging on to the bottom, you'd just rise up naturally. And I thought, Ed, hold that thought. I've got to go write a song. And this was the song. And I keep waiting for this thing to become obsolete. It's called Times Like These. But I didn't actually write it that day. I'm kidding. But I did write it about my community of singer-songwriters and people I know through the music. And some people have said, that's how I feel about God, or that's how I feel about my wife or my husband. But I was writing it about my community. So here it is. It's called Times Like These. Am I in? The old man said, son, you got to remember, a human can float on the sea. If you just stop hanging on to the bottom, you would rise up naturally. So I let go, it nearly killed me to do it. But I'll be damned, it's true. And though I'm still a couple leagues from the surface, I see that sun is shining through. I see that sun is shining through. Sometimes I can't feel the ground beneath my feet in times like these. I can't feel what the future is holding, but I feel you holding me. I feel you holding me. Took a trip, took a fall, took a long time to notice. We all trip and fall. Yeah, but somehow we drag ourselves back to our feet and walk on, and failing that, we crawl. And maybe it's the failures even more than the successes. Maybe it's these scars that mark our skins, yeah. Maybe it's this that can reconcile the differences and finally prove us kin. Sometimes I can't feel the ground beneath my feet in times like these. Can't feel what the future is holding, but I feel you holding me. I feel you holding me. Lie, 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 lie. That's gonna happen again later. Join me on it. Ah, look at those clouds drawn back from each other. I believe it's gonna be an early spring. And there's little green buds all over the tree out back, and the sap of life is in everything. Yeah, look at these kids, man, they're getting so big, but you and me, we're still reasonably young. Oh yeah. Whoever thought I'd be this close to the finish line and feeling like I'd just begun. And when I can't feel the ground beneath my feet in times like these, I close my eyes and I let myself go, and I feel you holding me. I feel you holding me.
Unbelievable, right? Not what you were expecting, really. So much better. All right. Now we have a chance for the Peace Camp is going to speak to you. Woo! Yes! Herley, Jim, and Ayana. I don't know who's up first. Or everybody at once. Time for Peace Camp. Some of you don't know that Peace Camp has been going on at this church for a number of years. So there'll be some people here from a couple of years ago. I think.
So we're going to do this in typical Peace Camp style, meaning that it's kind of child-led. We kind of just go with, we might have an agenda, but really the youth have their own agenda. So we got to be flexible. So that's what we're going to do. So today we have our current, most recent Peace Campers. We have our past Peace Campers. We have our online Peace Campers. We have our amazing volunteer Peace Campers. Peace Campers. And we also have, and we'll talk more about it, we also have a Peace Camper volunteer sitting right there in the second row, Atsuro, one of our original Peace Camp volunteers. You're welcome to stand up. So it's just this is actually kind of a reunion as well. So, and we have Daria as well. Daria's been you've been definitely. So I just wanted to just acknowledge, so the different variations and iterations of Peace Camp. So, and then you probably wonder real quickly just what Peace Camp, how it kind of started off, and then I'm gonna pass it over to Herley Jim. It started off, just real briefly, if you don't know, we were on a layover flight, and Pastor Jan and Yanni were they were at the airport, and you know how it is at the airport with the layover flight. We didn't know what was going to happen. You guys, they were stuck. And then, what did yourself and Pastor Jan start?
We started singing, I got the joy. I got this. Yeah. And the layover flight, and we started dancing in the airport. It was really fun.
Oh, okay. Yes. Oh, yeah, Miss Virginia. Yes, and she was there too. Good morning, Miss Virginia. Yes, exactly. Good morning. Yes, do you remember? Yeah. They were singing, I got the joy, joy, joy. Yes, you guys are welcome to sing it if you want to remind. But so that's how it started, and they said, we should do this. We should bring this to church in Ocean Park. We were able to kind of transform that experience in the airport to bringing it here. So, yes.
Okay, yeah, and I just want to say that many of us have not met each other in person because we've been online for a long time. Like, I have not seen Charlie in person. Hi, Charlie, first time. First time. We spent a lot of time online together, but so in other words, there's a lot of mixing going on here. And this reunion is a reunion in a lot of levels. So, and I guess the other thing I'll say about Peace Camp, because I don't want to say a whole lot, I want them to get a chance to say, but is that I've always, just assumed that Ayana is the director of Peace Camp. But she keeps telling me that I'm the co-director. So, okay, I guess I'm the co-director. All right, you can pass it back.
Okay, so yes, I will try not to talk too much. But what we wanted to share, so as Herley Jim said, yes, as you know, Peace Camp, we were in person. Initially, we had Atsuro and we had Lincoln, who's not here, so I want to give a big shout out to Lincoln. He brought music to Peace Camp as well. He's actually apartment shopping, so he wasn't able to be here, but he definitely loves our church in Ocean Park and the children too. So I want to give a big shout out to him. And so we were in person downstairs, obviously in the children's space, and for the summer, and then we had to go online. And so as we talked about online, and so we continued Peace Camp during COVID online, and that's how we so we're also here in person with Sarah too. And then Sarah was also someone who migrated, an adult who migrated online with us to have Peace Camp through the COVID. So that was pretty amazing. And Charlie, as Herley Jim was saying. So we also, and Charlie, we can share who you are, but I'll let you share. And then we recently were able to reconnect again, and we were in person at Mono Lake. Okay. So we're going to start from kind of our current Peace Camp, and then we're going to work our way down. Does that work? Yeah, does that work? Okay. Do you guys want to introduce who you are? Everyone here?
Yes, please.
I'm Yanni, and I go to the Churches of the Ocean Park here, and I'm a member of Peace Camp. And I love this church.
Hey, Yanni, we love you.
My name is Imani. I'm a member to a different church, St. Mark, and I love Peace Camp too. My name is Charlie. I also go to a different church, and I had a lot of fun on Peace Camp.
Good.
I'm Sarah, and it's nice to be back here. And yeah, I loved, volunteering for Peace Camp.
I'm Sabina, and I was a part of Peace Camp when it was online, so in 2020, and it was definitely a cool experience. But it was odd transitioning from in-person to online, but I'm glad to be back here.
Thank you. Arturo?
Yeah, Arturo, while you're coming up, I want to recognize a few parent-type people who are here with their peace campers. And I see Myrna back there. Myrna, yay. And we've got some new arrivals. So Daisy and Christy, why don't you come on up? Join us here. Yeah. And this is Claudia. She's the parent-type person for these two. Yeah, you can be over there, but go ahead and take the microphone with you and tell us who you are.
So, hello, my name is Christy Perez, and I'm from the Holy Spirit Church.
Okay. Hi, Christy.
Hi, I'm Daisy, and I'm also coming from the Holy Church.
Hi, Daisy.
Okay, good afternoon.
Afternoon.
My name is Atsuro Miyoshi, and I used to help in the Peace Camp when I was in the Santa Monica College. And it's about kind of few years, but it's good to see, to come back here and then to meet our old friends again. Thank you.
Thank you. Isn't that so cool how we are at Search and Ocean Park? You didn't even know how large our family is. Did you? Okay. So we'll start off with our most recent trip to, where'd you go?
Mono Lake.
So Nate's going to show some pictures, and then we're going to talk about what we did at Mono Lake, and then we'll go. You want to talk about Mono Lake in the meantime?
Mono Lake is basically where we get some of our water, where we get our water from in Los Angeles. It comes down there. It's a 2-week journey of the water coming to us, and it goes through like many dams and and yeah, that's where that was that was a cloud that we saw on our way there. And right now we just see one of them, but as you can see, it's making a shadow on the ground, which shows how close it actually was to the ground, which is really cool. And we saw a lot of rock formations on the ride. It was a very long drive, but it was very fun. Yeah.
So those are just some of our pictures, yeah. Going through. That's another Peace Camp friend who's not here.
also the cloud that we saw on her. We were very interested in this cloud because it was like, yes.
Well, part of the part of the we can stay right there. So the part of the Peace Camp experience again, it is children led. So as you can see here, as on their way going up to Mono Lake, obviously there's so much topography along the way, and so the children noticed that as we were talking about water, they had questions about the cloud, and that's why you see the picture of the cloud in the sun. And this is a beautiful drawing from another Peace Camper who's not here. This is Allie. Allie did this wonderful drawing, and she actually explained that in her drawing there, Allie's not here, so I am not going to try to use her words, so I feel like her pictures represent her experience. And that was, she's explaining there the water and where it comes from. So she's not here to share her story, but that's one of her beautiful drawings as well. And so as we have the videos play, we're going to have Imani, she's going to share her, she did a project around it.
For my project, I did my favorite events in Mono Lake. And for the first one, it says St. Mark is... Okay, so for the first one, it says St. Mark is where I met Yanni, Morgan, and Ali, my friends. Also where I met Carlos, Herley, Jen, and Miss Ayana. And then next after that is when we first started the fun, which is the second event, when we were all sleeping in a room. And then the third event is our solo walk that was really fun. We all stood in a circle and we were talking about some things. And this is when we were walking in the forest. And my favorite fourth event was our snow day at the end of camp, like the last full day. And we were all having a snowball fight and sledding down the mountains. And for the last event was our last meal together when we were outside by the rocks and stuff on the table. And that's it. That's my story.
Okay, yeah, okay, there we go. Okay. Okay, my apologies, sorry for not talking into the mic. We don't have all of our friends here. However, I figured as we play some of the videos as well, we can talk about just, as you guys, we can talk about some of the experiences that you had, and this is gonna go across the board, not just current Peace Camp, but just Peace Camp in general. And so we can talk about Mono Lake and we can talk about our Peace Camp online and our Peace Camp even in the past that we've had over the last couple of years. And I also wanted to answer some of these questions that our friends also who are not here had. So what was something that surprised you about Peace Camp, about either Mono Lake, either when we had Peace Camp during our COVID time? What was something that surprised you guys?
For me, something that surprised me was that the stars in Mono Lake, you could see them. They're a lot bigger than when you come back into Los Angeles and look up. And it was really pretty. And we were saying, don't look at the car lights. It's going to mess up your night vision. So then we're not going to see the pretty stars.
Yeah, I like that.
Something that I found interesting is I've been to Mono Lake twice, but the second time we went to Yosemite. Well, we didn't go to Yosemite, but we put 2 feet in Yosemite. And I didn't realize that on Yosemite, that side of the park is water for San Francisco, and on the Mono Lake area, it's the side for our water. So I found that really interesting.
Okay, so let's see. What was your most exciting experience on the Peace Camp adventure? Then let's see,
The most exciting thing for me was probably when we had our snow day because in my whole experience of life, I've never touched snow, and that was really fun and very cold, but yeah.
Wow.
For me, I would probably say the solo walk because I am very scared of like needles and stuff. So knowing that I walked by myself in the woods at nighttime makes me feel like I'm like the bravest person in the world. So next time I go to the doctors, that's what I'm gonna remember.
I also wanted to add Carlos, who's not here. He actually answered these questions too, so I'm going to answer his question. And that question was, what was the most exciting adventure? And he said, I loved walking around the lake, the trees, and the creeks. I loved playing in the snow beside the frozen lake. I loved looking up at the stars and hearing Ali, who's not here, say, look at all those stars. And that's from Carlos. Okay, let's see. And then I was also going to ask, Charlie, how about you tell us something that you enjoyed and you learned or you did and that was exciting over Peace Camp when you were on Zoom?
When I was on Zoom on Peace Camp, we did this thing where we meditated, and basically it was like really calming, and meditating usually doesn't work, but that time it worked for me.
All right. Yes. Thanks, Charlie. And let's see here, we have another one. What would you tell your friends who did not come on the Mono Lake trip or who don't attend a Peace Camp? It doesn't have to be even Peace Camp here, just any Peace Camp.
If it's like your first time coming to Peace Camp, you just know that you have family members that you don't even know that are family yet. And we would love for you guys to come, because once we meet you, we're friends forever. It's not like if you come one day, we're not friends anymore. Just you guys would really love it, and you're welcome at Peace Camp, and you're also welcome at Church of the Ocean Park in Jenna.
For my friends that didn't go, I would probably tell them to come because my friends drink a lot of water, and I'd be like, well, the water you're drinking, you could literally go up and touch it. So, yeah.
For my friends that don't go to Peace Camp, a lot of my friends are like shy. So what I would tell them is that at Peace Camp, everybody is really welcoming and nice.
Awesome, thank you. And this is Carlos. I'm going to answer your question too. And it says, they should visit Mono Lake sometimes. It's an amazing place, well worth preserving, and it's nice to see all the efforts that are there preserving the lake and all of this surrounding area. That's from Carlos.
He might not be here on Zoom, but I also want to shout out our guide, Santiago. He's really great at Mono Lake, really, really nice, awesome, and he's super funny, extremely funny. And he teaches you about Mono Lake, but it's like you don't feel like you're learning. You feel like it's like a whole new area of knowledge from him. He's really great. Yeah.
Good teacher.
Yes, he is. Team teaching too with Herley Gym as well. Yeah. Yes. Sarah, I know you've also been to Mono Lake as well, so you have your experience too. I'm also showing a picture here of one of our paintings that one of our students. They're not here right now, but this is a painting that they had created of Mono Lake and their experience as well. So, yeah.
Yeah, I'd just like to see a show of hands of those who have been to Mono Lake. Not with Peace Camp, just been there. A lot of people here have been to Mono Lake. Okay.
How about that snow cone? How about that ice cream place? That cone?
Oh, yeah.
Butter cone.
Would anyone else like to share their experience of Mono Lake that's in the audience here or in our community? Yeah, come on, Daisy.
Thank you. When I first went to Mono Lake, thanks to Herley Gym, who recommended that we should come, I wasn't so sure
since it was a new environment and it was somewhere I've never even heard of before. And especially since we were told that we weren't allowed to use any electronics. And since I was a kid, I didn't really get that. But I actually had a lot of fun without it. Not everything went to plan, of course. Nothing really does. But I still had a wonderful time. Like, when we went to the night walk, I was a kid, so obviously I freaked out when I was alone. But I still had a great time, and I was proud of myself for the fact that I went alone by myself. And I just loved the scenery there. There was the beautiful lake, the animals we saw, seeing how nature was over there, and actually seeing the stars. It's a really rare occurrence for me to actually see stars. Since I live in the city, so I think I've seen the stars so clearly that one time.
Yeah.
It's something that I wish I had a better memory of, but I do know that my mother had actually seen the Milky Way and even the moon set and rise, right?
Yes. The first time I've never seen the moon set.
Yes, I've never seen the moon set or rise. Well, not rise, but I guess the moon set. We woke up in the middle of the night, and because we were camping out, we saw the Milky Way. I woke up the rest of the kids because they've never seen something like that, unless it's on, the internet or videos. But actually seeing it in person, it's something so incredible that it's out in our universe that we really don't take the time to appreciate once we're out here.
Want to say anything, Daisy? No. Okay.
And also, if you've been to Mono Lake before, and you're like, coming with us again might be boring because you already know everything, trust me. It was my second time. I thought I knew everything. I thought I was going to answer all the questions right. I saw all the locations. I came in there with my head up. But yeah, you'll learn a bunch of new things. And he'll take you to a bunch of cool places that usually people wouldn't see before. And just also the scenery. It's amazing. And it's something you don't want to miss.
Allie had an answer, but she's not here, so I'm going to read it. You will get to see how the water is made and the shrimp flies and the dead horse bones. You can sleep outside or inside. There are lots of animals. You will have fun only if you listen and follow instructions.
Allie's not here. This is one of her paintings, one of her journals too. This is Allie's not here, so this is one of her journals for Mono Lake as well. Thank you, friends, for being here and everyone for listening about our Peace Camp. And I'm going to pass it over to Herley Jim. But I did also wanted to share, as we talk about peace, I know peace is, we hear that word all the time, and it's just my little notes that I wanted to put together because we talk about peace, and it's like, we hear about Peace Camp. And so I just wanted to refer to a couple of things when we think about peace, and then I'll ask the children one last thing. According to the Oxford Dictionary and also the New Testament, they kind of say peace is the absence of or the presence of ending war or chaos. And so, it can be a solid or enduring relationship of harmonious living together, working together, and being with even oneself. That could be based on respect, serenity, cordiality, and empathy. So, when we look at peace, and this is actually according to the Early Childhood Peace Consortium, because that's kind of where we want to start with peace. There are multiple components of that, and we look at peace as an outcome, peace as a process, peace by human disposition, and peace as a culture. And the idea is really so that here at Peace Camp, we really foster that sense of peace as a culture. And I would hope that we have been doing that over the last couple of years prior to Peace Camp even coming, even to this point at the beginning, the onset was this creating that culture of peace and starting with young children too, because I believe that when we start young, it really can transform the world. And not saying that, you know, even as an adult, you can be in your 80s and 90s and you can't be transformed. I do believe that as well. But I believe that once we can start as early as possible, we allow for children to become these great global citizens of this world. So I just wanted to share that. And with that, I wanted to ask the children lastly, the youth, and any Peace Camp person, what does peace mean to you? Who wants to go first?
What peace means to me is being kind to everybody, and there's like no arguments, and basically you're just having fun together.
Thank you, Charlie.
To me, peace means everybody getting along and not having any problems and no discouraging and everybody having fun.
To me, peace means like unison, like, you know, no strife or anything, and like with each other, and like just everyone's like cool with each other, and like nothing crazy's happening.
drama.
Yeah, no drama, and just everyone's getting along, so that's like peaceful.
And peace means to me many things. I'm going to echo what was just said, each of you what you said, and I'm going to put a little twist on it too. Peace means not walking away. It turns out that much of human communication is miscommunication. And if you just walk away and don't try to work it out, you lose a whole lot. We lose a whole lot when we do that. So coming back, the process of rupture and repair, that to me is peace. That's the basis of peace. I'd say if you work for peace, live for peace, that means that you're committed to a world where no one is marginalized, no one is demonized, no one is thrown away. I start crying when I talk about this because this is the kind of world we can create. We can do it. And we can do it through the kindness that you just talked about. Being kind to each other. We understand now, we know enough about our brains that is actually what builds our core regulatory networks. That's what makes our brains work. We know that. We just need to implement it. Thanks.
Thank you, Herley, Jen. Sarah and Sabina. So as we just transition into our next moment, I just wanted to acknowledge everyone that's been a part of Peace Camp, and just even if you haven't been in Peace Camp, just supporting the whole idea behind Peace Camp here. So I wanted to do a special shout out to, again, our Lincoln, again, he's not here, and his search right now for his apartment shopping. And I also want to do a shout out. Who is here is Arturo. I want to thank you, Arturo, if you don't mind standing up. Thank you for taking the just the lead from the beginning. I mean, like you said, you were a student at SMC, and you said, you know, wait, what's going on here at Church in Ocean Park? Wait, what's happening here? What are you guys doing? And you came and you showed up, and you were here for the young people, you were here for us adults too, and you introduced origami, which was so wonderful. And so that was a lot of fun learning that, and just over the weeks that you hung out and you were contributing to the children. So I wanted to thank you for being a part of the Peace Camp community. And we also have some other thank yous. Another, at the time, former SMC student, Sarah. Sarah, stand up.
Yeah, well, Sarah and Sabi, why don't you come on up here? You were up here before, but come on up again. I don't want to be blocking you, Imani. So, yeah, I wanted to honor these two especially. They've become so important in my life. Gonna cry again. But it sort of began, well, with Sabi, it really began with you're bringing your talents to us at the church, I think maybe when you were 11 years old, dancing, singing, playing the piano. Yeah. And then from there you joined girls group, Girls Central, which it turns out all three of us were involved in. And there was an intertwining of Girls Central and Peace Camp. So Sarah started in Peace Camp 2019, right? Summer 2019, as an intern. Great to have you. And you, during the course of that time, that year, we went into 2020. You became an intern for Girls Central, and then the three of us were together in that, and then COVID happened. So we had to make a big transition, and Sarah was amazing in helping us do that. Her skills with, you know, I mean, I'd never heard of Zoom before. What's this, you know? So anyway, she was able to help us so much. You were just so instrumental in getting us doing something that actually meant something online. And, you know, throughout that, you know, there were several parts to Girls Central. I'll just mention that too, because there was the girls group, but there was also dance. We did basically hip hop, and there was Girls Who Code. So we had those three different components really. Sarah was involved in all of them. And so helped out with each one, and then the online stuff. It was really hard to keep the hip hop going online.
Oh yeah.
Zoom, you know. But anyway, so and then we got Peace Camp going online, and then Sabi joined us doing as an intern for Peace Camp online, and. It just, made such a difference to me, and I think really to all of us. You may not know these folks as well as I do. Well, no, probably nobody here knows them. Okay, anyway, I want to give you a chance to say what it was like for you being involved in Peace Camp, each of you, and then what you're doing now.
Well, thank you, Herley Jim, for that wonderful little introduction. So I think one of the most meaningful experiences, or my takeaway from working with Peace Camp is just the underlying philosophy of, you know, spreading joy and peace within our communities, and especially with our kiddos at such a young age. So I think that was the most meaningful experience or takeaway for me. Right now, I'm currently a grad student. So I, like Herley Jim mentioned, I came to, you know, the church in Ocean Park when I was, you know, a community college student at Santa Monica. I transferred over to UCLA and graduated and all that. And now I'm a grad student and doing my MS in clinical counseling. So yeah.
I was involved in Peace Camp. I got more involved when it transitioned to online during COVID, and it was something that I was really excited to be a part of, or really liked being a part of, because during COVID I was incredibly isolated because I was already doing online school and now I couldn't even see people. So it was super cool seeing just like how upbeat Yoni was, and he was super involved with everything. And I don't know, it was a space that we all came together and treated everybody as an extension of ourselves, and it was just good all around. And it was a time where we all got to kind of share how we were getting through COVID, and also share how we were able to stay creative and keep our minds working even in a time such as that. But I'm really excited to be back here and back at the church, because it's been quite a bit since I've been involved in coming back here on Sunday. But yeah, I'd just like to thank all of you for letting me be a part of it. And yeah.
Thank you, Sami. Thank you, Sarah. I just want to say one last thing real quickly. I just have to plug this. I want to also give a shout out to Miss Jean too, because see, at the time, I know you're like, what? Here's the thing. At the time, you were also tutoring Yoni online, and you introduced, what was it called again? A whiteboard?
Fractions and
the whiteboard. You introduced the whiteboard, and Yoni said, hey guys, guess what I learned with Miss Jean? And we brought it to Peace Camp. He says, hey, you guess what? We can all draw and we can write together on the Zoom, remember? And so we were able to communicate, and that was something that we were able, see, you didn't know all this stuff was happening online, right? And we were still communicating. And so I just wanted to give a big shout out, because that made a big difference for us to all communicate together.
I also want to say thank you to Sabi and Sarah, because for the church in Ocean Park, what you did, Sarah, was continue all the programs. Girls Central, some of you don't know, is a very important program for the church in Ocean Park, and for you to help keep that going with Herley Gym when Wendy was no longer here, it needed more than one person to run that, and the girls related to you, and you transitioned to Peace Camp, and really, like, for a pastor, like, I just knew Sarah was there, and it was a good thing, and I wasn't in communication that much with you, but I thought, Sarah's there, it's fine. And I can't tell you, this is both of these are programs that are outreach into the community, and you were a big part of why they happened, and I just want to thank you from the bottom of my heart, because during COVID, it was hard to keep children's and young people's programs going, but you helped that to happen. I really appreciate that. And Sabi, some of you don't know, but not only did she sing and dance, but how many churches do you know that have tap dancing on Christmas Eve? Well, we did. and then she did and then she sat down and played on the piano and sang a song. I mean, she wasn't done just tap dancing. That wasn't the only. And she's an actress, so you don't know, and she's really great at filming and things like that. And she's anyway, I really, really appreciate you very much and I'm glad to see you again. So I think can you two come in the middle? We want to say thank you together, you two, Sabi and Sarah. And let's just put our hand and say thank you. Let's do it like a honoring of them. Okay. And you guys can stand up and come closer if you want, and put your hand out too if you want.
Yeah, put your hand on somebody who's stretching their hand.
Yeah, you can.
Yeah, we're going to sing a special song right now. And the lyrics are, I behold you, beautiful one. I behold you, child of the earth and the sun. Let my love wash over you, and let my love watch over you. I behold you, beautiful ones. I behold you, child of the earth and sun. Let my love wash over you. Let my love watch over you. Let's sing it again. I behold you, beautiful one. I behold you, child of the earth and sun. Let my love watch over you. Let my love wash over you. I think I want us to sing it one more time. I behold you, beautiful one. I behold you, child of the earth and sun. Let my love wash over you. Let my love watch over you.
Love you guys. Thank you, Peace Camp. Thank you all. And now we have another great moment because Dave Morrison is going to sing with us again. Right on. Welcome back, Dave Morrison.
Had I known that I was going to have to follow that batch of children, I would have asked for free snacks or something. And, I mean, they're all lovely kids, but we do know that Yoni's going to be taking over the earth shortly, right? Okay, you know, so just let's not get in his way. Hope I got that name right. So, in keeping with the peace theme of today, and also in keeping with the communication problem that Herley Jim mentioned, we certainly have a problem happening online. I mean, obviously we heard about some of the lovely things we can do online here, but also the pitched sort of verbal warfare that's been going on in this country for a good long time has really escalated with the ability to have these arguments in our underwear and without another human being there to which we're just going to be organically accountable. Yes. You know, I mean, I will say things, I find myself saying things and being impolite in ways that I would never do in person. Because, you know, you pick up nonverbal cues from people. So, a couple years back when I was hearing a lot of people talking about actual civil war in this country. And I was thinking, well, how's that going to happen exactly? It's not like there's a Mason-Dixon line or something like that. I mean, we're all in the same neighborhoods together. You know, and I mean, just let's not have any of that ideation, please. So I wrote this song and I imagined a soldier returning to look for the woman and family that in his mind he's gone off to war in order to protect their way of life. That was his thinking. And he's coming back and he's trying to find his way back across a completely shattered landscape with all the, you know, no way to really navigate it. And so I, by way of an allegory, I used the name of the human aggression hormone, the fight or flight hormone. And so I imagined that the woman he was trying to return to was a Southern belle, and her name is Adrenaline. Now this is not a funny song, so enjoy that laugh. When the war was over, they mustered out my pay. I tracked a broken compass through the fields of gray, where the blackened hearths and steeples stood like mourners at the graves of every worthy thing we'd fought to save. I stopped to dip some water, to scrub my skin with sand, but I could not wash the bloodstains from my hands. Adrenaline, I was your champion, and you my sacred call. To protect the life we loved, I'd gladly kill them all. Now my sword is in its scabbard, but I would wield it one more time, just to feel you in my arms, adrenaline. No rifle shots nor cannon, no trumpets did I hear. So absolute the quiet, I thought I'd lost my ears. Across the miles of wreck and ruin, where his men had died and killed, untouched, the governor's mansion stood upon a hill. I stopped to chase a reason through the mazes of my mind, but nothing worth the losses could I find. Adrenaline, I was your champion, and you my sacred call. To protect the life we loved, I'd gladly kill them all. Now my sword is in its scabbard, but I would wield it one more time, just to feel you in my heart, adrenaline. Neath the tree my father planted to shade his resting bride, two markers made of stone, forever side by side, and another cut afresh that read gone before her time. Beloved inspiration, adrenaline. Adrenaline, I was your champion, and you my sacred call. To protect the life we loved, I'd gladly kill them all. Now my sword is in its scabbard, but I would wield it one last time, just to feel you in my veins, adrenaline. Just to feel you in my heart, adrenaline. Just to feel you in my arms, adrenaline. Thank you.
Beautiful. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you very much. All right. This is community sharing time, and it's a time when you have the opportunity to briefly say something or to ask a question of one of these peace campers or anybody else. Yeah.
Thank you. I too want to acknowledge Sarah. Not only was she instrumental in Girl Central and Girls Who Code and Peace Camp, she facilitated a group that I was a part of, and it gave me an opportunity to vent many of the frustrations that I had had just going through, you know, this thing. And I always wondered, I wonder what she's like in person. And now I have that treasure of seeing how real and beautiful and loving she is. My question is in part reflection of Peace Camp in school. All who go to Peace Camp pretty much go to school. But all who go to school don't necessarily go to Peace Camp.
That's right, unfortunately.
And so I'm wondering specifically, well, in school we learn a lot of things that don't necessarily bring us together. But obviously in Peace Camp, you've become cohesive. And I'm wondering if the idea of what it is you experience in Peace Camp would be adopted and accepted, you know, just as part of your experience at school.
And any other Peace Campers that want to come up could come up too. Who wants to answer?
Take from Peace Camp and bring it to school.
From Peace Camp, I could take, well, in school we do learn about the human body, and the human body does need water to survive. So I can start off by taking the aqueduct that takes the water from Mono Lake to Los Angeles and talk about that. And so, yeah.
Well, I feel like our generation, we have a lot of hate in school, and we hear a lot of things from like just about our races and like how we look. So I feel like from Peace Camp, I can show this my school that, you know, we can laugh at jokes and we can be funny without offending someone, without making fun of their skin color, without making fun of, you know, how they look, without making fun of how they act. I think that's what they can take from Peace Camp. Because, yeah, you can make a joke, but a joke about somebody or a joke about a certain minority, that's just not funny. It's not funny. Like, we joked, but we didn't joke about each other. We joked about, oh, doesn't that cloud look like a duck? I'm like, ah. Like, there's a big difference, and I think that my school needs to hear that. I think that any school needs to hear that. Because I'm not saying that it's the kids' fault, because, you know, they're hearing this, but I just think that Peace Camp would really help.
So one thing I learned from Peace Camp is how to be a better friend. And my school really needs to learn how to be better friends, because at school they're really just like really mean to each other. They talk about people behind their back, but then they say they're their friend. And basically in Peace Camp, I think we learn how to be a better friend.
This is not a very philosophical question. I'm just curious. I heard several people say that there were animals up near Mono Lake, and I'd just like to hear what animals any of you saw up there.
Some animals that I saw was a dead horse and underwater flies and an osprey. I found an osprey feather because we were walking and I was gonna pick up my water bottle and there was a little osprey feather on the side of it, but I didn't know, and then they told me to put it behind my back to make a wish.
All right.
So in Mono Lake, we saw marmots, we saw many birds, and many just different like wildlife, like bugs, ospreys, different birds like sparrows, swallows, and you see a lot of things, and you really learn about like their unique ability. Cause like I thought of a fly as, you know, a nasty house thing, but in Mono Lake I realized that, you know, flies in Mono Lake actually have like a cool little superpower where I didn't know that they can actually stay underwater for 15 minutes.
Wow.
And they hatch their eggs underwater. And I know it's like fly, but like I found that really cool because like I didn't know flies can scuba dive.
Two of you at least spoke about going for this solo walk at night, and what made it okay? Because it sounds like it was scary, just the idea of it. It would be for me. So I'm just wondering what helped you.
Well, what made me feel safe is that I knew I was with people that I trusted, people that were basically family to me. I felt very safe with who was around me. And the place that we did the solo walk, like, we're not going far up in the mountains, and they're just like saying you can go and like walk by yourself until you find like a certain place to be safe at. No, it wasn't like that. And what helped me through it is I just knew that I had my mom, Imani, Herley, Jim, Allie in front of me, and I had Santiago, Carlos in the back of me. So if anything happened, all I needed to do was scream, and that way I would feel safe. But also on the solo walk, I was really at peace because all that was playing through my head was like Christian songs and stuff. So I felt like I was with God on the walk, and I felt really close to God on the walk. And I was like humming the songs, walking down, and it's like, it went from something that was kind of scary to something that was more of, I felt at peace. And yeah.
In the first part, when I first heard about it, it was actually really scary for me. But as I got there, it was really quiet, so it was like all the thoughts in your mind that make you worry, they just go away. And yeah, that's pretty much it.
That's great. I wanted to just quickly answer that, and it was interesting myself, and I'm going to speak on behalf of Carlos too, because we shared it. It's interesting. I felt like the youth were much more confident, but I will tell you, I felt like I had I think all of my adult fear kicked in. So I actually had a different experience at the time. I have to be honest. I did. I am being completely transparent. And so it was interesting. I was here in nature, and yet all of my city, trauma was probably at a certain point coming up for me. So that was my experience. But then I arrived and I was safe. So that was great. Yeah.
We're just going to have a few more, maybe Anne, and then Louise and Joseph.
I just wanted to thank all of you for bringing the stars and the beauty of Mauna Lake into this room. It's a very beautiful place, and we're very lucky to have Herley Gym take so many hundreds and hundreds of students and kids up there. And I just wanted to ask each of you, what's one thing that you appreciate about Herley Gym?
One thing I appreciate about Herley Gym is that he's not one of those people who'll tell you to get over it and face through your fears. He'll be like, oh, it's okay, and he'll try to get you through it. He won't just push you through it.
All right.
For me, it's definitely the love. I feel like whenever I'm around Herley Gym, I just feel love. Whenever I'm around the Church of the Ocean Park community, I just feel love. And I feel comforted with Herley Gym. And I always learn something new when I'm around Herley Gym. And he's so intellectual, and he knows literally everything about nature, because we were playing the guessing game. And basically, the guessing game is the game where we have like an animal, or we have something, and like the people have to guess it. So I stumped the entire, in our car, I stumped the entire car. I was like, yeah, I guess all those like National Geographic documentaries paid off. No one's gonna get it. So Mom's saying, oh, we're gonna call the other car, which Herley Gym was in. And I was like, oh no, I'm not gonna win anymore. So at first, the other car, they're like, oh, I don't know what it is. And then Herley's just being quiet, and then he's like, oh, I know it. And then I'm like, no, I didn't know it. It'd be like that Herley Jim knows the smallest animals that, and he'll know like facts about them, to the biggest animals in the world. He'll know facts about him, and it's just, Herley Jim is one of a kind, and man.
One thing I appreciate about Herley Jim was when I was on Zoom, I used to have a little fear of public speaking. So when we had to share out, he was really patient with me.
Okay, we're going to have two more, and then these people might hang around a little bit. So if you have another thing you want to say to them, you can do it after this. But Louise and then Joe.
Well, on the topic of Herley Jim, this walk you did, you probably didn't have a flashlight, did you? All right, I went on a hike with Herley Jim, and we went up to the top of the mountain. Then we came down. It was absolutely pitch dark. Pitch dark. I said, oh my God, I don't have a flashlight. Or maybe I did. I said, let me get my flashlight out. He says, oh no, we can let our eyes adjust to the dark. And I think we did it. Thank you, Herley Jim.
Very brief, just to thank you all so much for that wonderful message today. And you made me put something else on my bucket list, and that is to go to next camp. I have a portable telescope, and I will bring it with me, and then you will really see stars.
So we want to thank all of you, and thank you so much. The sharing has been amazing, really awesome. Thank you. And now everybody, you could be seated. And we want last thing.
I just want to thank someone else too, Pastor Janet, for just being awesome sauce, and just being always so fun and upbeat. I feel like it's not like a church where it's like slow and stuff. It's like Pastor Janet makes everything fun, and you're the best. You're the best. We're just so
Thank you. Well, if it weren't for Yoni, we wouldn't have a peace camp. Okay, so thank you all. Thank you. And we're going to have a moment of silence, and then it's going to be broken with a song.
So excited. I invited Dave Morrison to play backup for me, and I'm so happy. So thank you, Dave. So
I'm not allowed to play lead guitar in my own band. You might all understand why soon, but I'm here to help if I can.
You're the best. All right, we will have just 60 seconds of silence, approximately. We're gonna walk together with peace in our hearts. We're gonna walk together, arm in arm, with peace in our hearts. We're gonna walk together, arm in arm, so our sisters and brothers don't come to any harm, but we know we've got peace in our hearts. And you can sing that with me. Try that now. So we know we got peace in our hearts. We're gonna walk with every color and tribe with peace in our hearts. We're gonna walk together with every color and tribe with peace in our hearts. We'll walk together, and we know we're on the same side. We're gonna walk together with peace in our hearts. We're gonna stand for the earth and the children too, with peace in our hearts. You can sing that. We're gonna stand for the earth and children too, with peace in our hearts. We're gonna stand for the earth and the children too, 'cause it'll take everybody to make this dream come true. We know we've got peace in our hearts. Take it, Dave.
I think they ought to do that together more often, don't you? Amen. I think so. I think next Sunday. He'll just get warmed up as his concert Saturday night, and then come on. We might have a bed in the back for him over there. Come out. All right. So this, we're going to take an offering now, and this, the funds from what you put in the basket or in the bucket. The bucket is for coins, and the basket's for other things. The funds help support Peace Camp and help support, thank you, all the programs that we have that come out of this church. And as you know, Peace Camp is a community program. That's how all our programs are. There's no program in our church that is just for the people who are already here. They're all outreach into the community. And so that's why you heard some people saying, well, I go to this church. It's okay. It's not a litmus test of do you have to come and then convert to whatever we are and come here every Sunday. The programs are meant to be standalone what they are, and but this is what funds everything that we do. Thank you.
From you I receive, to you I give, together we share. From this we live. From you I receive, to you I give, together we share. From this we live.
Beautiful, thank you. We have some announcements this morning, and the first one I think you want to know about is what I had a test for you all on, and that was, when is the concert that Dave is putting on at the church? Saturday.
I just want to say that I ran into this music 15 years ago, that I listened to music when I was young, and then I stopped. I think that happens to a lot of us. And it just reached down deep into my heart. And so I've been supporting it ever since, and Dave and I have been organizing concerts for 15 years, which I can't even believe. But all three of the people that we chose because they tell the truth in ways that move us and teach us and give us laughter and tears. And so I would love for all of you to come. And there will be a song circle. So it's not even just these three people. Like, if you would like to share a song, or if you just like to...
That's why we're doing short sets.
Right, to come and do a dance. You know what? Say a poem, right? That it's an opportunity for that. And we also... Anybody like to eat here? We do. Dave actually does award-winning chili. It's one of his other hidden talents. And I'm going to tell you something he wouldn't tell you, which is his birthday. So there will be cake. And there will be his chili, and then I do veggie chili. And for those of you who are vegetarians. And, you know, feel free to bring stuff if you want, food-wise. It's always a sort of quasi-potluck, but we bring enough for everyone. So hope to see you.
Gifts. I know you all
No gifts. Please, no gifts. So, you know, we'll open the doors about 6:30 and the show starts at 7. So, hope to see you then.
Thank you, and these flyers are amazing. Yeah, and the flyers also are online, and please share. The way that a lot of people find out is on social media. So I'll put it on the church page and the church group, and so just take it from there and share it around.
And will it also be on the Wednesday email?
It'll be on the Wednesday email as well. Okay, are there other announcements this morning?
Also on Saturday, there is the Juneteenth celebration at Virginia Avenue Park. And our Committee for Racial Justice will be tabling there. So come by and say hi. It runs from 2 to 7, I believe.
And next Sunday, we have, it's Father's Day. We have a Father's Day panel. People here talking about people from the church talking about their dads that are here. So
Is it this Sunday?
next
2
Sunday.
weeks.
Next Sunday is Father's Day Sunday.
After the concert. Oh, okay, next.
And then the Sunday after that is our Juneteenth.
Oh, okay.
I wanted to talk about Tuesday at 2. That's online for anybody that doesn't know it. And more music coming at you. Bob Gord is going to do his sing-along, his monthly sing-along, and we have a lot of fun online. So that's in the Wednesday email, and if you don't get that email, you can write your name on the list on the table back there to get that email and find out all the wonderful things that happen at this church.
Right. I'm just going to reiterate that. It's right where Ann Hawthorne is standing. She's signing up now. Just if you want to get our email, it just comes out once a week. We don't bombard you, and we don't sell it to anybody else. And you can also always unsubscribe. But like I said before, all the programs are programs for the community as well. Are there other announcements this morning? Oh, Peace Camp sign-up sheets for the summer are also out there. Wonderful. Thank you so much. Okay, so we also have something we call bread every week, and people sign up for it, and you have a chance to share whatever it is that's on your heart. And the bread lady's right here. Raise your hand. So if you ever want to sign up, you have the sheet? Okay, she has a sheet where you can sign up. So this is, a community member, and today we're lucky because Jean is doing bread.
Well, what a wonderful program to share this about, because I'm going to share about being with kids and also about music. And we had so much amazing music today. So I was a teacher for 40 years. I taught math and science. And whenever I taught a song as a matter of fact, one of the peace campers had a picture up here of the water cycle. And I had one of my classes figure out a song and we would sing it. And then when they were taking their test on the water cycle, I could see kids singing while they were writing their answers. So music really helps us to do all sorts of things, calm ourselves, enjoy ourselves, feel peaceful, feel spiritual, remember things. Anyway, I wanted to tell you a really quick story. I'm not teaching in the classroom anymore, I'm a tutor. And this summer I've started something new. I started teaching piano as well as math in my tutoring. And I'm having a ball because I love the piano. And I'm going to be playing something for you. So I'll get to have a ball doing that. But I wanted to tell you a little story about this student that I have. His name is Carlos, and he is autistic. He's 12 years old, and he doesn't know how to read very much. He knows the letters. He knows a little bit of math, and he has some behavioral challenges that make it hard to sit with him. So anyway, I discovered very early with him that music is a key for him. And I noticed a keyboard in their house, and I said, "Do you play the keyboard?" And he said, "Oh, yes." And he showed me, and he did this little extemporaneous thing. I said, "Would you like to learn some songs?" And he said, "Yes." So the very next week, we made half an hour of reading time and half an hour of music time. And I asked him to play for me. And he played, he tinkled around on the piano. I said, "Well, do you know any songs to sing? Like maybe Mary Had a Little Lamb?" And he knew that song. And I showed him on the keyboard. And he was able to sound it out after the first time, which was very exciting. So it was Mary had a little lamb, little lamb, little lamb. And he couldn't get that skipping the one note, but he could hear that it was the wrong note, and he could find the right note. I'm getting chills thinking about it. And he looked at me, and his eyes got wide, and he said, "Again." And he did it again. Mary had a little lamb, little lamb, little lamb. Again. And then I said, "You know what? We could play a duet. I could play it down here, and you could play it up here." So now we play duets every week. We play it together, and if he makes a mistake, we have to start at the beginning. And so he knows the beginning really well now. But then last week I introduced the left hand. I said, "I'm going to play some chords down here. It's going to sound a little bit different, and you get to play. It's called the melody." And we did that. And I have to tell you, that first day that we did this, when we did our duet the first time, he looked at me, and he's not very good about being close to people. And he came really close to my face, and he touched my face and said, "Again, again, again." So the power of music is really incredible. So our bread lady, Beth, asked me to play a song because she says she likes to hear me play the piano. And so I'm going to play a song today. And because I knew it was Peace Camp, and because I taught Yoni online during the pandemic, and because he told me that Blackbird is one of, or his favorite song, that's what I'm going to play. Oh, by the way, I'm in a choir in Westchester. It's the oldest choir in Westchester, over 50 years old. Not the people, just the choir. And we have a vocal jazz concert on June 23rd. So it's a week after this concert here. And we're going to be singing all these wonderful jazz interpretations like Chattanooga Choo Choo and Sway and all sorts of different kinds of songs. So I'm going to put these on the table, and you can find them. I have a couple of free tickets. Some of you have gotten those free tickets in the past, and I can arrange with you.
Beautiful. Thank you, Jean. Please join me in a closing circle. Or we have a big circle around the chairs or in the middle of the chairs or however it works out. Some kind of circle.
Reach out and touch somebody's hand. Make this world a better place if you can. Reach out and touch somebody's hand. Make this world a better place if you can.
All right, welcome to our closing circle. Oh, this is time to share joys or concerns if you have some. Anyone have a joy or concern you'd like to share?
I do. I had a birthday.
Louise had a birthday.
It's my birthday.
Anybody else have a? Raise your hand if you had a birthday. Have you ever? Either the last month or the coming up month.
You mean this month?
Yeah, unless you're going to be back closer to it.
I have one this month.
Okay, Craig and Louise, who else?
I think we ought to get Sammy. Sammy, unless you're planning to come back for your birthday, we should sing to you now.
Okay, well, Sammy. Sammy, okay. All right. We'll sing to you in a minute, but are there joys and concerns you'd like to share too?
I'm leaving for vacation this week for 2 weeks. Going to go to England and France, so keep me in your hearts.
We'll miss you.
On Tuesday, I'm graduating, and then after my graduation, I'm going to Burbank. And then at the ending of June, I'm going to Hawaii.
For summer break, since I got Student of the Month 3 times this month, I'm going fishing with my dad.
Oh, that's nice.
I just wanted to just do a quick shout out. You know, Charlie is Linda Bond's granddaughter, so I don't know if you didn't know that.
Oh my
So I'm sharing that little tidbit. I wanted to actually lift up Reverend Lloyd today. I can. Thank you. We can.
Yeah, so my husband is in the hospital. That's what she.
I want to lift up my oldest friend, Carrie White, who lives in North Carolina now. Oldest in the sense that we go back to when we were 4 years old. And his wife is dying. And she's an old friend of mine, too.
Yeah, I want to lift up and celebrate my Peace Camp family that's here today. And I also want to lift up and celebrate my, what I'll call my West Coast family, which includes people like Teddy and Guma and Antonia and Claudia and, well, I'm not going to name them all, but they are here and they are my special familia.
Yeah. Well, we're glad they're here too.
I'd like to lift up a friend of mine who has 5 serious illnesses, facing eviction, dealing with bureaucracies, just getting extreme challenges. And his name is Philip. Want to lift him up. Want to lift up my niece and nephew who are cleaning out my sister's apartment because she's not going back. And it's a daunting task, a lot of stuff, more than just a lot of stuff in that place and stuff to deal with. And Jean, thank you for being such a wonderful teacher. Sorry, it's emotional throughout time to hear the stories you tell about your teaching methods, and those kids are lucky. Thank you.
I like to hold up several friends who lost their dear friends recently and are still grieving over them, and several people had unexpected deaths, and they're really in deep shock about it. And also, I have several friends who lost pets, and they're grieving over their lost pets who just died this week.
Joy and concern. The joy is we have such articulate children. The concern is the institution that may drown out that creativity and that free and self-expression. I say that as someone who used to work in the school system and know how that can affect.
I just want to thank you all for honoring my daughter. I think she's wonderful too.
I have a sort of a lift up, but sort of a celebration. I have a really good lead on a job that could be really significant.
All right, so we're going to sing happy birthday to Louise.
Louise.
And Craig. And Sammy.
Okay, so Louise, Craig, and Sammy. Happy birthday. Oh, no, that's the wrong key. Hang on. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you.
Louise.
Happy birthday to me.
Craig.
Happy birthday to Craig.
Sammy.
Happy birthday, dear Sammy. Happy birthday to you. All right, our last little song here. We're just going to sing it 3 times, and we're going to say, wearing my long winged feathers as I fly, I circle around the earth. Wearing my long winged feathers as I fly. Wearing my long winged feathers as I fly. I circle around the boundaries of the earth. The boundaries of the earth. Let's take it up here. Wearing my long winged feathers as I fly. Wearing my long winged feathers as I fly. I circle around the boundaries of the earth. The boundaries of the earth. Moving is optional, but it's so fun to watch you. Wearing my long winged feathers as I fly. Wearing my long winged feathers as I fly. I circle around the boundaries of the earth. The boundaries of the earth.
And we say together, carry on after we count to 3. We raise our hands up, and all the people on Zoom may unmute, and we say together, 1, 2, 3. Carry on!
Thank you, girl. Thank you. Good luck.
Are you